You're listening to Ask an Economist from the Conference Board of Canada.
Okay, so this is a terrific question, but it's also one that's really quite tough to answer. And the question is, what would happen to the Ottawa-Gatineau economy if we were to see a significant portion of the federal public service continue to telecommute? In other words, in a post-COVID world, once the virus is under control or eliminated, and we start to see a significant portion of federal public servants adopt telecommuting. So I think first and foremost, how big is the public service in Ottawa-Gatineau? Well, it's a really important sector. It accounts for about 24% of employment and thus a big contributor to the local economy. But not only that, it is also a stable contributor to the local economy. So whether people are working from home, as long as assuming that they are staying in the area, the income is still here and the support of that sector to the local economy would remain. Nonetheless, if we were to see a big transition to telecommuting, what would be the implications for the economy? And I think first and foremost, we need to think about a supply of office space in Ottawa. It's a very tight market already, at least until the first quarter of this year. Ottawa's office vacancy market was very tight. If the government should start to divest itself of some of its space, obviously that would add to supply. It would take a longer time to absorb. We'd see some new construction possibly come off. But we could also see a lot of that space being repurposed into other space, residential space, for example, or other commercial. Now, this does mean that I think it would essentially mean that we would see declining construction activity in comparison to a world where this didn't happen for some time. Now, construction is worth about 6% of economic activity in Ottawa. So it's a smaller proportion, but nonetheless, you could see some impacts there. The other big impact long term, I think, is on public transportation. We could see declines in demand for autos, for example. We could also see big changes in where the services are located. So remember, as long as the jobs are there, the income is there, people will spend, but they may not spend in the same way or in the same places that they did before. So I think it would mean a fairly substantial shift until office space were reabsorbed in terms of the retailers, the shops, the restaurants. Ottawa is a big restaurant market. All of that would suffer some adjustment as we reabsorb that space, as businesses adjust to the new reality of perhaps much weaker number of clients over the short term. So these are essentially, we're speculating a little bit, but certainly there would be some implications, I think, in those segments first. But also, let's not forget that it is the public service that is a big driver of the local economy. Those incomes would be supported. It's made Ottawa-Gatineau essentially recession-proof, and it's contributed to the income and wealth and business activity in this region for many, many years. So thanks for that question. Thank you very much.